Hey, yeah, what's up? This is like Marshall Occurrence Rain back up in this. Yeah, I wanted to make this video, man, to let people know my opportunities that I received as far as my music and everything. So when I first came to New York for the first time, it was October the 22nd, 2012. You know what I'm saying? That's the first time I came to New York. That's 9 years ago. Next year will be 10 years since the first time I came to New York. All right. So when I first got here, I had CDs. I had already made a studio project and showing my bars. You know what I'm saying? Showing that I got talent. You know what I'm saying? Was it ready to press out to the public? Right? Was it ready to be on a Pepsi commercial or a Coca-Cola commercial? No, it probably wasn't. But the music showed talent. You know what I'm saying? The music showed that I had skills, and someone that has a label will be able to see the future. You know what I'm saying? You would think. So I sent my music to when I first got here. I sent it to Bad Boy Records. You know what I'm saying? Some people may have feel like, in 2012, maybe that's not a relevant move, but I felt it was. You know what I'm saying? So I sent my music to Bad Boy Records. I sent it as a package. I sent the CD. I sent my little autobiography, you know what I'm saying, describing myself or whatever. I didn't send some pictures because I didn't have any pictures at the time. I didn't have access to a situation to get pictures, but I actually sent it out or whatever to Bad Boy. This is after living in Brooklyn. I started out in the shelter on Atlantic Avenue down from Fulton Street. You know what I'm saying? So I sent my music, you know what I'm saying? I confirmed with the secretary, you know what I'm saying, that Bad Boy got my music, and I just never heard nothing. I kept the same number for X amount of time, enough time, at least months, and no response. So, for people that may have think that I never tried, I just want them to know that, that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? That could have been my situation. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that was 2012. You know what I'm saying? And, things were good in my life at that time, pretty much. I had just got to New York. The second big opportunity was I met Nas Godfather. Now when I say Godfather, I'm not talking about spirituality. I'm talking about I'm guessing like family fit Godfather. So here's the story. I was walking down. I lived in Harlem at the time. This was like 2013. Yeah, this was at the top of 2013. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like around April or May of 2013. All right, so I lived in the Harlem neighborhood right on 125th. I was at 126 in Lenox, you know what I'm saying? Like the next block from Red Rooster. And Sylvia's and Red Rooster's at. So I was right on that street right there at the shelter right there. You know what I'm saying? I got kicked out of shelter in East New York. I was on New Lots Avenue. And I had gotten into some little altercation. A dude jealous of me because I had a female. I had a girlfriend in East New York. You know what I'm saying? And he liked her. You know what I'm saying? And he was my roommate, and that threw that situation off. So I ended up in Harlem, at a shelter in Harlem. I guess the guy that was the leader at the shelter, he knew I was a musician, so he was trying to set me up to be in the Harlem neighborhood where Apollo was at. Anyway, while I was in that neighborhood, being me, being a Southern dude, the North Carolina dude, I walk around, I explore, I like to walk around in the atmosphere, walk around in the environment, so at that time I had a ferocious smoking habit, tobacco habit. So I was walking around, I had passed the Wendy's, I was going from Lenox, behind Lenox, past the Wendy's, and then Park Avenue. past the bridge and all that, past that little area right there, that light, the little train, past the train and everything. So I passed over to Park Avenue and I bust a right and I started walking up Park Avenue, just looking for cigarettes. Somebody asked for a cigarette or something. So this guy was parallel parked with a North Carolina tag, like smoking a cigarette, just sitting outside of his little SUV. So I seen obviously he was smoking a cigarette, so I stopped and I asked him for a cigarette. Now I'm on Park Avenue, just the beginning of it, like right there where Harlem is at. So we started talking or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I seen he had a North Carolina tag. We started talking more and more. I let him know I was a musician. Then he let me know he was Nas Godfather. I was like, so of course my ears perked up, you know what I'm saying? So I started spitting for him right there, you know. He gave it approval, you know. He seemed like he was cool with it. He took the time to take his some papers that he had and wrote down my information, wrote down my YouTube, and everything. And he was a cool dude. I got in his car, got in his SUV, we took off. And like I said, he had a North Carolina tag, so y'all can confirm, you know, Nas Godfather, if he went back and forth to North Carolina, you know what I'm saying, whatever, but he had a North Carolina tag, you know what I'm saying? And he said Nas and his son Nas used to come over his house as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Him and his son was real close, so close, I guess, you know, that he became his godfather. So me and him got in the car, we started going through Harlem, he bought me some pizza, and some Lucy's, you know what I'm saying? Then he took me to the shelter. His brother was staying at the shelter. So he wanted me to get out the car and go get his brother. So I went to the front desk. This was a place in Harlem. I talked to the front desk. I couldn't get him though, and everything. So that's another description of the Nas' Godfather. His brother was in the shelter. You know what I'm saying? So he took me back to the shelter I was staying, like I told you, on 126 in Lenox, and like, so that's real stories. Those are the real opportunities. You know, also, I actually before I even came to New York, I sent my music to. I found somebody on BET. I was watching BET and everything. I found a good studio in Charlotte when I was living back at home. You know what I'm saying? When I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina, that's my hometown. Like I said, somebody was on BT. They were just doing studio time, you know what I'm saying? But that's obviously they got a slot on the BT, so that seems quality. So I was staying with my female at the time from Barbados. I was staying with her off of Central Avenue on the east side of Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? So I went to the studio, got it in and everything. And I think I don't know what came first. I seen the BET slot or Crazy Bone, the Crazy Bone studio, the Crazy Bone record label started. So either way, I was getting a studio album together. You know what I'm saying? I was getting a studio album together, and I got it all together, got it complete. Everything went good. Good vibes with the studio, everything like that. They were cool. You know what I'm saying? They even gave me some fire weed, gave me a Rick Ross CD. At the time, I think it was on Rich Forever CD. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, maybe they was trying to show me what the style was at the time, you know, the relevant style. I already liked Rick Ross. Yeah, I already had bought a Rick Ross album before. You know what I'm saying? So, the Teflon Don album. But anyway, they were cool and everything, you know what I'm saying? And so being that Crazy Bone was starting a record company, a record label, or starting a record label over again, because he had Thug Lime back in 1999, 1998, I guess, or somewhere around in there. Then he had, then it changed into The Life. You know what I'm saying? So I seen he was doing that, and he was starting a fast track program. That's what it was called. So basically how this went was that he would you pay him $60. Everyone, you know, he didn't have a limit of how many people could send in the music. $60. He would listen to a track, and if he liked it, you know what I'm saying? I guess you would progress with him. maybe he'd give you a deal, whatever, some kind of progression. Or if he didn't, he promised to give constructive feedback. Okay? So I liked Bone. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, I could have had my first real situation when my cousin, she was when she used to be, in the club scene and everything, she had met somebody from 2 Live Crew or the Luke camp. You know what I'm saying? The Uncle Luke camp. You know what I'm saying? But my mind was so fixated on Bone and all them, I turned that situation down. She came running into the house. I remember that night. I must have been like 16, 17. She was like, I want you to rap for these dudes. And I was like, nah, man. Because to me, at that time, I had listened to Luke. I grew up listening to Luke, 2 Live Crew and all that. But at the time, to me, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't cool music anymore. To me, it wasn't cool at the time. You know what I'm saying? But they was way ahead of their time, as far as music, sonics go. But I just didn't think it was cool at the time. I was into the West Coast music. I was into Bone. I was like, nah, I'm going with Mo Thugs. That's what I want to get. That's who I want to rap with. I had a Mo Thug chain at the time with the little Mo Thug, with the pyramid and the fist on it. You know what I'm saying? Sterling silver. In my city, they were selling them at the stores. You know what I'm saying? Real silver, though. You know what I'm saying? So that was my first situation. That's how serious I was. That was my very first situation. You know what I'm saying? But I was so serious about Bone, you know what I'm saying? I wanted, I turned that down. I didn't even rap for him. He must have been parked outside my cousin's, house, but I was just like, nah, I just stayed in the house. Anyway, back to the Bone situation, the Crazy Bone situation, specifically him, you know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know how that group or that camp was always a dream. So when he started a label, I was like, and he was doing a program, I was like, cool. I went in the studio, I laid down a whole album, but he was only listening to one track. So I was like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I sent in one track. I tried to send in the best. I think I went back. I think I might actually wrote something exactly considering the track that I sent. I think it was just considering that, I was sending something to him. You know what I'm saying? And I added it to the album. It might have been, so I don't know if I added a single, I just went back in and made a track, or I considered it as I was making the album. But either way, it was fresh music. It was fresh music from around that time that I had made. So I sent them that track or whatever. Sent them the $60. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm living with my girl from Barbados, from the east side of Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting back playing the waiting game. And in this particular situation, his members of his camp were doing all the communication. They were lousy, man. You know what I'm saying? For the life staff. You know what I'm saying? Not Mo Thug staff. The life staff that was handling the emails. I still got the emails. You know what I'm saying? It was handled lousy. You know what I'm saying? First off, we had a problem with the track, actually, them receiving the track. We got that handled. They heard it. Whoever got it, received it, heard it. I don't know if they was jealous or not. I'm not saying crazy. I'm not saying any rappers he got with him. I don't know if the member was jealous. Some people are like, you remember Selena? The people that had Selena had the little crazy little woman that wound up killing her. Holding back fan mail. That's what the lady was doing with Selena. I don't know if this was one of them Selena kind of killer people or something. You know what I'm saying? Jealous people. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, they confirmed they received the track or whatever. They thumbs upped it. It was actually in there. Okay? So time goes by. I'm not getting any response. Me being the person I am, I'm like, yo, what's up, something like that. Nothing happens. I think they told me something. They just kept brushing me off, basically. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they just kept brushing me off. The person did, not Crazy Bone, the staff member. So then, Crazy Bones, he has a passing in his family. You know what I'm saying? I showed my condolences and everything, because obviously, I'm sitting to my music, I'm kind of following him, you know what I'm saying? Watch him on Facebook, Twitter, whatever, So time goes by. Now remind you, I already sent my music. Now he got a passing in the family after I sent my music. So the staff is saying, they still okay, assuring me he's gonna listen to my music. So he shut it down for a while. Or something like that. And then the staff was still telling me they was gonna listen to the music. So I'm like, cool, okay. Like I said, I already sent my condolences and everything, show respect and everything. Then they told me this specifically. He was gonna listen to my music before he goes out to tour or something like that, or whatever he was doing before he went out to some other country, musically speaking, he was gonna listen to my music. All right, because I seen on Twitter I'm jumping ahead of myself. So I seen on Twitter that they were going overseas somewhere. Just remind you, this is around April 2012, March, April 2012, May 2012, somewhere around in there. When they traveled somewhere overseas, that's what I'm referring to. Whatever time between March and May of 2012, when they went overseas, that's what I'm referring to. So I saw that because I was following him on Twitter. So I went back to the people, his staff, and was like, yo, you said he was going to listen to my music before he went out to tour or something. I used the wrong terminology, and he was like, well, he's not touring. But you know what I mean. And so this person, that shows you the kind of attitude of this person. He's hanging on my sound. He's hanging on my word bites. You know what I'm saying? When he knows what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So this is the kind of cornball that I was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? He knows what I'm talking about. So he goes, okay, I said, yeah, you said he was going to listen to my music before he went out. All he was responding as is, he's not touring or something like that. And I don't remember what he even said after that. But it came to no solution, basically. So after that, I said, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to feel played, man. You know what I'm saying? I done sent my music and everything. I done sent my money. You know what I'm saying? Now remind you, I did a whole album. So, I'm in this album mode, trying to get notice mode with the track sent out to Crazy Bone at the Life. So I'm getting a little aggravated. I'm like, yo, man. So I reached out to Crazy Bone himself. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, man. Like, cause how that situation happened. I'm like, yo, the next time he responded on Facebook, I was like, I don't respect. I like the person of Crazy Bone, but I don't respect the business part of Crazy Bone. That's what I said. I said it right to him. I'm that type of person. I said it right on his page. You know what I'm saying? And then he said, well, Marcello, did you get your money back? I was like, yeah, they refunded my money because of all the situation and everything that happened between me and the person. Okay. He was like, well, did you get your money back? I was like, yeah. He said, like, well, you got your money back. And he said, well, you should have understood. It was like, well, how would I understand when a person is telling me, how would I understand, okay, you had a death in the family, the situation got shut down, you know what I'm saying? And I'm guessing he's saying I should have understood according to that. But how would I understand when this person the staff is constantly telling me that this person, that he's going to listen to my music? So when he telling me that, I'm like, cool, okay, this is after a passing his family. I'm like, cool, okay, we back on board, because as far as listening to my music goes, because this person is telling me that that Crazy Bone is gonna check my music out. So the staff is who dropped the ball. The staff is who had me believing that for something that obviously didn't happen, that believing in something that obviously didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to him personally, being the person that I am, back in 2012, around April or so. Around April, and he was like, well, you should have understood in front of everybody. Like, it was on one of his Facebook pages. He was like, well, you should have understood. He was like, you got your money back or whatever. But it wasn't about $60, man. You know what I'm saying? This was a group. He was a part of a camp that I had my eyes fixated on, as far as a record deal. You know what I'm saying? Since I was a teenager. So it was that kind of situation. It wasn't about the money. You know what I'm saying? This was a person of a camp that had already had my eyes set on, and he started up a record company. You know, well, he started up a record a program. He already had the record company. He started up a program, had a new name. You know what I'm saying? And for the record company, and it was just, I feel it was a great opportunity for me. Didn't fall through. After that, after I talked to him on Facebook, I mean, he may have felt some type of way. Then the staff was probably telling him certain things, but the emails, it was all their fault. I should have been emotional. I should have felt some type of way. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about patience. It was miscommunication, misinformation that caused the ruckus. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that I had a lack of patience. It was misinformation. You know what I'm saying? So that's what caused the bad blood between me and the staff. And so who knows what they said to Crazy Bone? You know what I'm saying? After, you know, who knows what they said to him to turn him off to the whole situation? Because I feel like somebody that persistent, that found you on Facebook and that was talking to you, I would have just listened to the music. I would just say, you know what I'm saying, all this, you know what I'm saying, let's see what's up. Let's see what he got. All this craziness going on, all this stuff said, and all this. Let's see if he even got some talent. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would have did. I was just let me just hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're already starting a label. You're interested in talents. So I would have been like, yeah, let me just hear it. All that happened. Let's hear it. You know, the dude done found me on Facebook. You know, got the courage to confront me about this situation. Let's hear it. You know what I'm saying? But, so those are the real situations that happen. You know what I'm saying? And then once he got somebody for the label, I was cool with the dude. You know, one of his artists, knew at the time, he followed me long enough to go through life with me in a situation where I got homeless on the streets, and he was saying, his artist Kane said he was praying for me and everything. We was talking about LeBron and Jordan, and, you know, different, and all that conversation, you know what I'm saying? And so there was no jealousy, there was no hate, you know what I'm saying? But at some point in my life, you know, as far as being on social media, I just decided to, if it might have been inspired by that bad situation that happened with the Bones with Crazy Bones staff for the life. It might have been that, you know, it might have been inspired by that. But I just took all the Bone fans on my Facebook. I took all people off, all Bone pages off, and everything, and that included obviously taking off the artist, because that person is interacting with him. But me and him had already had like this. He went out his way to inbox me and say he's just praying for me. That's the kind of interactions me and Kane had. You know what I'm saying? So people understand I wasn't some crazy person. This dude took his time out to say he was praying for me. That part. You know what I'm saying? One of his artists. So, you know, that lets you know obviously Kane seen something in me and enough to take me seriously as a person. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I just wanted people to know, you know what I'm saying? So for people to sit back and like I ain't had no work ethic, I ain't tried, I just came up in New York and became homeless and became a bum, I just went around the country being a bum. That wasn't the case, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Even after all this happened, after I left New York for the first time, I went from New York. The very first time I left New York, I went from New York straight to LA, went straight to Los Angeles. I went over there because DJ Mustard had a big wave. I don't know if y'all know who DJ Mustard is, but he had a big wave going on at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, maybe the West Coast is about to have, you know what I'm saying, a musical revival, you know what I'm saying? So I hit, after situations didn't really happen, that was after the Crazy Bone situation, and that was all, you know, and I was in New York. I sent my music to Diddy with no response. I was just like, man, the West Coast look like they having a musical revival side. That's why I even went over there. Nothing didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? The streets, I had hate over there. People in LA was telling me that they was hating on me because of the women, you know what I'm saying, on the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? Crazy situation, man. And I had a woman, she was with a dude. Me and her already had sex. She was walking with a dude on the other side of the street, crossed over, saying, waved me down, basically. Say, hey, and then crossed the street right in front of him. So I had all kind of, you know, the most beautiful girl in the area of Skid Row while I was staying in Los Angeles. She beautiful, 26, banging, you know, nice, beautiful body lady. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, beautiful woman. She was hugging me in front of the people, the community, and everything. So I had a lot of jealousy. Another woman that I was just walking around with, Redbone, another prostitute lady that, you know what I'm saying, I was walking around with. You know, I had a lot of jealousy over there, so I had to move from there. You know what I'm saying? You know, based on that, a lot of heat from the jealousy. Somebody volunteered that information to me. That it was because of the girls in Los Angeles, the ladies. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely did put forth effort. I just wanted people to know what happened. You know what I'm saying?